Milad Sullivan for Kimura.sc, standing here with Mr. Dana White, the president of the UFC. The last time we met each other was at UFC 122, November in Germany. I had a furry microphone. How you been doing?
Furry microphone, absolutely. Good to see you again.
Man, you asked me to sweep up the floor, and every single time I meet my friends, they tell me to do the same thing.
Look like one of those dusters that they sell on TV.
Yeah, well, it kind of was, though. We're using it. It's one of our things. Tell us a little bit what was the mind process going through your head, Joe Silva's head, putting together what is an epic fight card.
Well, the way that it works when you build a fight card like this, that you start with either the co or the main event, and then over the next couple of months, the card sort of fills in. So, you know, as the card we always try to deliver on Super Bowl. So as the card started to evolve, you know, we knew we had something big on our hands.
I mean, it's so big that you had Kid Yamamoto making his long-awaited UFC debut. He was actually fighting on the prelim cards, and now he's fighting on our Facebook on the Facebook.
He's still fighting on the prelims. He's in the prelim right before the prelims for Spike TV. You know, one of the things that happens is the fans were all over me, and they were telling me they wanted to see this fight, and I always like to try to give the fans what they want, so we made it happen.
It's another great example of how the fans have something to say regarding the UFC events.
Absolutely, man. I'm always listening, whether it's on the internet or through Facebook or through Twitter. I'm listening, and I always try to listen, they're hard to keep happy, but I try.
Tell us a little bit about the main event. You got Vitor Belfort challenging Anderson Silva for the middleweight strap. There was some jiving going on between those guys today. You know, Anderson being really not really saying that much. Is that kind of a mental approach that he has to this fight or not?
Yeah, what happened here today during the press conference was basically a bunch of bullshit. These guys are acting like, this is just another fight. There's a lot on the line for this fight. First of all, Anderson Silva broke the record for most consecutive wins in the UFC. He broke the record for most consecutive title defenses, and he's the pound-for-pound best fighter in the world. He's got a lot at stake. Vitor Belfort wants to take that away from him, okay? Now, on top of that, these guys are two of the biggest fighters in Brazil. These guys are very popular. Everybody knows them. So Brazil is buzzing about this fight. And neither guy wants to be the guy flying home on that plane without that belt.
Have you ever had as much Brazilian press at a press conference that you had for this fight?
Not only Brazilian press, but businesses from Brazil, networks. I mean, everybody's down here. I mean, it's crazy the amount of Brazilian, whether it's dignitaries, businesses, or media that are down here for this fight.
Tell us a little bit about how you've seen the Rich Franklin Forrest Griffin fight going. You know, you got two guys that are pretty much similar to each other. Like Forrest said before, like he said a couple of times, jack of all trades, masters of none. How do you see that fight going?
Yeah, I'm calling that one the fight of the night. I think that one's probably going to be the fight of the night. Both guys stylistically match up very well. They have the same type of style. If the fight's standing, it's great. If it's on the ground, it's great. Both guys go in there to finish and win. I think it's going to be a great fight.
It's a tremendous thing to see. Big fight cards happening this early in the year. Are you going to be able to top that?
Yeah, provided, everybody stays healthy, this should be a great year. I mean, we've got a lot of great fights lined up.
I want to talk a little bit about BJ Penn. He's got an upcoming fight. It's his second, he had a couple of stints at welterweight. He's fighting John Fitch after going through Matt Hughes at a short time. What happens if BJ wins this fight? Is he going back to lightweight, or is he going to stay at welterweight?
To be honest with you, I like BJ Penn at 170 pounds. He doesn't have to cut weight. He seems faster, stronger at that weight class. So I don't know. Let's see how he does against Fitch, and then we'll go from there.
I know I've been bothering you a lot about this. I bothered you in Germany about this. When are we actually going to see a title fight on European soil?
It'll happen. I promise it'll happen. I don't know when, and I can't give you an exact date, but it will happen.
Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. Dana White, Milad Sullivan for Kimura.sc. Thank you so much.
Thank you, brother.
See you on Saturday.
Good to see you. All right, thanks. Thank you, guys. All right, thanks, brother.
Have a nice one, man.
You too.